Hello, algebra students. This lesson is on reading and writing algebraic expressions. So, most of you guys already know the keywords that indicate, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Now it's just taking those keywords and writing sentences out of them, or algebraic expressions. So, if we look at these, we'll just go through a few examples to help, understand it. When we read 5 times a number, okay, times means what operation? That's obviously multiplication. Alright, so it's 5 times a number, so we know it's 5 times. If I don't know what the number is, what do I use? I use a variable. Therefore, 5 times x, or we would write it as 5x. Now, 8 more than a number. More than clues you in on addition. And if you're more than something, what you have to understand is you have to start with something. You're 8 more than a number. So what are you starting with? You're starting with a number x, and you're adding 8 to it. This and more than and less than are the tricky ones, because you have to flip-flop the way it's written. Okay? Because you have to be more or less than something. So we look at number 3, 10 less than a number. Less than clues you in on subtraction. You have to be less than something. So you're 10 less than a number. So what are you starting with? You're starting with x and you're subtracting the 10. So more than or less than, you have to flip-flop the order that it's given to you in. The quotient of a number and 12. Well, quotient means division. So we could write this as in division in the order it's written in. You can write x divided by 12, or we generally like to see division written as a fraction, x over 12. 6 less than 7 times a number. Again, we're less than, so that's subtraction. But what are we starting with? We are starting with 7 times a number. Well, how would we write 7 times a number? That would be 7x. So we're 6 less than this 7x, so what do we do now? We do 7x minus 6. Okay? Now down below, now we're given the algebraic expression and we want to write words for it. Well, for number 1 here, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can write this as, 10 times a number. But think of another way you can write it. You could write it as the product of 10 and a number. Remember, times and product both give you multiplication. For the next one, x plus 15. That's, you can write this as x plus 15. That's no problem. But what is another way we could write this? Well, we can say 15 more than a number. Or let's think of one additional way we can do it. The sum of a number and 15. So there's many different, words that tell us addition. Number 3, okay, we know this is x minus 7, so you could write that. But we could also do 7 less than a number. Or, what's another word for subtraction? Difference. So we could say the difference of a number and 7. Okay, so these are all different ways you can write them. Now, number 4, x over 9. This is, division. So we could say the quotient of a number and 9. But another word for division could also be divided by. So we can say a number divided by 9. Alright? Now here, you have to be a little more, clever with these. Okay, so we have 3 times the number x plus 12. So you could write that, 3 times the number x plus 12. But, right, we know in order of operations that the multiplication has to come first. Alright, so the proper way to do this is we would say 12 plus, or sorry, we can go, sorry, let's redo this. We can go 3 times the number plus 12. So 3 times a number plus 12. Or we can say 12 more than the product of 3 and a number. Alright, but there's more, more ways you can write that one. You can say 12 more than 3 times a number. Okay? Now the next one is very similar, alright, but we're subtracting 22. So one way to write it is 22 less than 5 times a number. Or, and I'm just going to verbally say this, you can say 5x minus 22, or 22 less than the product of 5 and a number. Okay, you can use any one of those. Okay, so on the next page, go ahead and try those problems on your own. Thank you.